Visit Pokemon Card Market and buy Pokemon cards from base set up to latest evolution set with best prices, secured system and easy handling. Only for European players. Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video we'll be looking at the deck for the Legacy format, and this is my Landorus Terrakion deck that I actually decided to make. So what is very special about the Landorus-EX? Definitely 180 HP, resistance minus 20 on the lighting, unfortunately weakness on the water, yes, so Keldeo will just one-hit knock out this Pokemon by any means, and the Hammerhead attack for just a single energy. You can strike for 30 to your opponent active and 30 to your opponent benched Pokemon. And with the Lance Judgment, you can go for 80 plus 70, but in that case you need to discard all fighting energies attached to this Pokemon. But if you can go for 150 in the Legacy, that's a lot of damage counters. The good thing about this deck is that I actually play 4 copies of Ethers, which will say that if you can reveal the top reveal the top card of your deck, and if that card is a energy, basic energy, you can attach it to one of your Pokemons in play. So with the Pokédex and with the Lunatone Premonition, we can easily see if the top deck card is just a basic energy, and we can play either and attach that energy down to our Pokemon in play and take a huge advantage against our opponent. So in theory, turn 1 you can go Lance Judgments all night long, which is just ridiculous. So I really like the fact hitting with 80 damage turn 1 with Landorus into Legacy is just ridiculous how strong it is. So 13 Pokemon, 37 training cards and 10 energies. Speaking about Pokemons, 1 Lunatone, 2 copies of Terrakions with the Retaliate, because you know you can attach just 1 energy to your Terrakion or even better XP share, and from nowhere, once you get knocked out from your active Pokemon and losing energy, you can just absorb 1 energy with XP share, attach energy from your hand and be able to go with 90 with Retaliate, even 180 to your opponent, Darkrai-EX for example. 1 copy of Jirachi with Stellar Gradience, 1 Mewtwo-EX for the Mewtwo Wars, and for those I guess Keldeos, so you can counter them with a Mewtwo. 1 copy of Mr. Mime to prevent damage done to your bench by Darkrai-EX Night Spear, and Keldeo-EX for the Rush and Retreat to get rid of the poison special conditions like Poison, Paralyze, Sleep, and stuff like that. So speaking about trainers, 1 copy of Dowsing Machine is my ace pack, because yeah, probably a lot of you should say you have 4 copies of Junk Arms, you're just jerk, why would you play even 1 more Dowsing Machine? Is just because Dowsing Machine will probably sometimes give you a victory, because with the Dowsing Machine you can even get supporter card. You can get pretty much whatever you need. You can get Stadium, you can get supporter, you can get whatever. It's just good card to have it in your deck. Speaking about Junk Arm, also have 4 copies of Junk Arm, but also have 2 copies of Energy Switch, because being able to go with energies around and circulating with them with a deck like this makes a lot of sense. Just because, you know, from nowhere you can surprise your opponent with 4 different attackers. You can surprise him with your Lance Judgment, you can surprise him with the Retaliate, you can surprise him with the Pump Smash, you can surprise him with your X-Ball, so you have plenty of different options to do multiple crazy stuff with the energy switches. 1 copy of Escape Rope, always good to have, especially with the Junk Arm, so it's pretty much like a free Pokemon Catcher. 4 copies of Ether, of course, 4 copies of Junk Arms, and then 4 copies of Pokédex. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you can pretty much rearrange them in any way you like, so Pokédex featuring Ether, it's a pretty badass combo. Even in the standard format, Pokédex featuring Max Elixir can be a good combo. I still didn't do that, but I should probably do that, and yeah, I definitely need to make some deck with the Pokédex and Max Elixir in the standard format. 1 copy of Pokemon Catcher, 1 copy of Super Rod, you know, 1 copy of Tool Scrapper. Okay, first, 1 copy of Pokemon Catcher, it's a flip coin, so I don't want to have more than 1. Since I have 4 Junk Arms, I can always just Junk Arm for Catcher. Same thing for the Super Rod, same thing for the Tool Scrapper, and pretty much same thing for the Town Map, because Town Map, once you play it, that's it. You can just reveal your prize cards and know what you have in your prize, what you don't have in your prize. And the most important thing, if you know your deck, you should know what you have prized, but you can't know where that card actually is, because it's the face down. 4 copies of Ultra Balls, of course, the only engine for the Pokemon search, and then plenty of supporter cards, actually 9 of them, 8 draft supports and 1 Ghetsis. Ghetsis is also in theory draft support, but it's also destructive support, which says that your opponent needs to reveal his or her hand and then shuffle all item cards found there in his or her deck, and then you can drop the number of cards equal to the number of the item cards your opponent shuffled into his or her deck. So I kind of like the Ghetsis, especially if I can go turn 1 with it. 2 copies of N for Professor Junipers, 2 copies of Oak's New Theory, and then from the tool cards, 2 XP shares. I really like it. It's a very good card, especially in the Legacy. 2 copies of Float Stone for the free retreat, and 10 basic fighting energies, which just concludes this deck up to the 60 cards in total. So if you're from the Europe, you should definitely check Pokemon Card Market, because you can find all these cards there. So I highly recommended you to check for those old school cards if you're looking at them. So let's do one good game, so you can actually see how this deck works, how I managed to perform turn 1 Lance Judgment and stuff like that. So you should probably enjoy watching it. So see you in the game. Alright, so waiting my opponent to set up so we can go and play the game. I would like to go maybe first, just because I can turn to him maybe my Landorus ready to strike for so many damage counters. I mean, 80 plus 70 if I want to do that. But okay. I lost the coin flip, which means that probably I'm gonna start second here. Not 100% sure. Oh, actually I'm going first. Well, that's great. Let's see. Okay, there is 1 Landorus and Pokédex in my opening hand, which means that I'm gonna be able definitely to have maybe 2 energies turn 1 on my Landorus, which is just perfect. There is also 1 Ether. Okay, let's first play that Pokédex and see the top 5 cards. There is Energy. Mewtwo, Terrakion, another Pokédex, and the Float Stone. There we go. Either Energy, of course it's a Energy, and Energy from my hand. And I guess 1 Professor Juniper 4/7. Not looking forward to attach the XP share, really. I don't need it down to my Landorus, I guess. It's gonna be another Pokédex here, so I'm looking for 1 more Energy. Can I get it? Yes, I can. Energy, I guess I can go with the top deck. I'm gonna play my Juniper top deck, so I can use, for example, Town Map. Really doesn't matter. Let's play just a Junk Arm here. You know, Junk Arm for another Ether. So I can get myself another Ether and another Energy attached down to my Landorus. There we go. So I have 3 energies turn 1 attached to my Landorus, and I'm ready with my Lance Judgment to go for 150 damage turn 2 if I need to my opponent Pokemon in play. The most important thing is that I also have Professor Juniper sitting in my hand, so I can get myself 7 new cards. There is 1 Sky Iron Bridge, which means that he can have that free retreat with his Dynamo. And 1 a level ball, probably for another Dynamo. Good thing is that I can snipe 2 Dynamos with my Hammerhead and pretty much get myself 2 prize cards here just easily. Alright, there is another Dynamo and the level ball for probably 1 more Dynamo. Yep, it is. He definitely needs something like a Mr. Mime in this case, because I can just easily knock out those Dynamos without any problem. I know that my top deck is going to be Town Map, so I will also know what I have in my Discord, what I have in my prize cards. Okay, there is just a random receiver for Skyla, and he just decides to go with the Chorus for 4. Alright. There is 1 Victini. Can he maybe find the Victory Piece? Or Victory Star, not sure what is the name of the Ice Pack. Okay, so Turbo Energized, 2 energies can be searched from his deck to the Rayquaza on the bench. So I have 2 different options here. Go with my Land Judgment for 150, or maybe sit and take a risk, striking with 30-30. We'll see after that Professor Juniper for sure. Okay, I guess I'm gonna first play my Mr. Mime here. of course, that junk arm for another Pokédex. Really need that Pokédex. Let's see what we can find with the top 5 cards. Energy, another junk arm, Energy, Ultra Ball, Terrakion. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna play myself a Ether, attach one of my energies down to my Mewtwo, then I can attach also one more energy from my hand down to my Mewtwo, and I'm ready to use my Hammerhead here, which is going to be a definitely knockout to one of his Dynamos on the bench, definitely. I'm not scared too much about this weakness so far, but I can at least get myself something like another Professor Juniper here. It's definitely the card I'm looking for because I don't have any card in my hand. So I know what's the top deck gonna be, so I know that card after my top deck is gonna be energy card, so I can always play my junk arm for another Ether here. The last card in my opponent's hand was just a Dynamo, which means that he can go simply with his another Turbo Energize for 2 energies and basically attach them down to the Rayquaza on the bench. Which means I will need somehow to perform a knockout against that Rayquaza. Turbo Energize. I would also love to see maybe Keldeo here so I can rush in retreat. Probably it's not going to be that easy to do that. It's definitely not going to be easy, but at least I can next turn definitely go for the knockout against his weakness. I don't have nothing to wait here anymore. I have 2 junk arms here. I'm thinking just about getting the advantage of my Ether as the top deck card is just the energy. Where should I attach it? Probably down to my Terrakion. Yes, probably. Just because I can use my rock, probably just because I can use my pump up smash or maybe even rock tumble. So 1 Landorus-EX, 1 Terrakion, 1 energy switch definitely down to my Terrakion regular. Then I have Ether, which I can definitely play. Lunatone is a top deck. Okay, guess I can definitely put it and keep it on the top deck. Lens Judgment is gonna be for 100 and no, it doesn't need to be for actually 150. I can knock out his Victini here with my just 80 damage. Take myself 2 prize cards, Professor Oak, New Theory, and definitely 1 XP share. Okay, down to 3 prize cards. My opponent definitely in a very bad position, but at least for next turn he can have that knockout for 180 with his Rayquaza without any problem. So at least that's something. Dragon Burst 180. Unfortunately, wish I have something like the Eviolite so I can survive, but unfortunately I don't have. Alright. My best bet is definitely just a regular Terrakion in the front because he can retaliate right now, but first I need to get energy card, of course. This was a very nice top deck. I can get my XP share down to my Landorus, then I can play 3 gold Ultra Balls, you know, for maybe 1 Keldeo-EX, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe for, yeah, I guess I can use that Keldeo, but I'm thinking about maybe just getting 1 more Landorus-EX and put it down to the bench. Playing my Professor Oak New Theory, getting 6 new cards, missing the energy attachment, which is just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. At least there is 1 Pokédex. And the top deck is going to be energy, but you know, it's not going to be that good. I need Escape Rope as a top deck. Definitely. Okay, so I missed the opportunity to attack here, and I can just, you know, pass my turn. Because I don't have Keldeo on the bench, I cannot rush in retreat, and simply, I just need to pass my turn. Sit and wait to see if he's going to be able to do something out here. I mean, he can attach energy from his hand, maybe retreat down to the bench, down to electric, and use 2 Dynamotors in case if this is going to be Ultra Ball for another electric in this case. Yep, it's going to be. So he can definitely do that. I mean, he have 4 prize cards left to take. I have 3 of them. Alright, so electric number 2, the mystery card in his hand is gonna be Professor Juniper for 7. Well, that's perfect. Yeah, I would love to see Rushing Keldeo right now and maybe performing knockout. Well, the rushing is gonna happen, but the question is, can he manage to get switch or anything that he can actually use to take the full advantage? I cannot say that I didn't start well. I had pretty explosive start, but then I just start to having some problems here. Okay, at least I can go with my X-Ball next turn for maybe 160 on his Rayquaza-EX on the bench if he decides to knock out my Terrakion here. We'll see that. Right now he can get 2 Dynamotors pretty much easily, which means that he can go for 180 if he can escape from the active position somehow. Alright. Dynamotor number 2. I waste 4 junk arms already. I waste them already, which means that I don't have another one. I managed to survive at least, so I can get myself a escape rope here. Take a look what he can promote in the front. Probably just electric because he's the only one who can absorb enough damage and not being knocked out here in this situation. Oh, there's a interesting Dynamo. So I can knock him out with my Mewtwo, but I'm not sure how smart that would be. I'm going to search my deck somehow just for the 1 energy card, I guess. How many energies I have left? 2 of them. Okay. If I miss energy, I'm definitely screwed. Okay, there's energy, and there's also Pokemon Catcher sitting in my hand, so it's pretty much the same. But what I can do here, maybe play Pokemon Catcher down to his Keldeo, and then he might not be able to retreat. Nope, I waste my opportunity here. Premonition, pretty much the same. Energy has been attached, so Hammerhead 30 to the Dynamo, actually 60, and 30 is gonna go to the, I guess I can go with the electric, but my main focus is gonna be that Rayquaza-EX for last 2 prize cards. Somehow I need to take last 2 prize cards here. Definitely either. I could go even with my Professor's Oak New Theory, but I will need probably that 1 turn energy attachment down to my Landorus. Okay, there is Ultra Ball. I mean, I need Super Rod, but it's in my discard pile. 5 energy, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't have any energy left here. So after this, he can go for a knockout. But then he needs to discard all energies. And there is Big Professor Juniper. I'm going to be short for 1 energy in this case, unfortunately, to be able to pull a victory here. Okay, Super Rod. Let's see what he can get with the Super Rod. Dynamo, Victini, and the Fire Energy back. Okay, that's good. I have 3 cards left, another Ultra Ball. I mean, the good thing is that next turn I can at least just came in the front with my Retaliate, strike for like a 90, but still I'm gonna be short for tons of damage. Where on the other side he can just respond with his Zekrom and with the Bolt Strike, I guess. And I don't have that last energy to use. I don't even have energy switch, both energy switches in my discard pile. There's another Dynamotor. Okay. I didn't count how many energy cards I have left. So 180. Right now, the good thing is that I can promote my Landorus, or I can promote my Terrakion, but if I promote my Terrakion, probably I'm gonna just stuck in the front without being able to do anything. With my Landorus, I can get myself one more prize, knocking out his Dynamo, but probably he have something like the Russian Retreat. But maybe he don't have, who knows. Let's see. Premonition, the last two cards, Dowsing Machine. You gotta be kidding me, I have Dowsing Machine left. What does that mean is that I can basically get myself Super Rod somehow, and then basically yeah, with the Super Rod I can get myself energies back into my deck. I mean, with the Dowsing Machine. So just the question is, can I survive long enough? Okay, for now I'm just going to use my Hammerhead. Striking for 30. And 30 more to the Dynamo without energy attachment. Okay. The next card is gonna be Dowsing Machine, which means that I can then just, you know, add enough energies basically to knock out one of his Pokemons. Depend which Pokemon is actually gonna be in the front. I do have Pokédex, I do have Ether in my hand, so I have pretty much plenty options. There is one Lightning Energy. Of course, Rushing is gonna happen right now. He can even retreat for free if he wants. Oh, there is a huge call risk. If he can find Float Stone, the game for me is definitely over. If he misses opportunity to get Float Stone, maybe I can somehow knock out his Rayquaza in the front. Maybe. No, there's a Float Stone, so it's a GG. Okay. Oh, what the heck? He misattached Float Stone on the Rayquaza instead of the Keldeo. Wow. That's just insane. This is ridiculous. Really it is. Okay, so I mean, I still need to see what he's going to do, which Pokemon is going to be promoted in the front, because I just simply need to strike for the one hit knockout. I mean, I can get myself Dowsing Machine for something like I don't know, Pokemon Catcher, and try to catch his Electric on the bench. Oh, okay, it's a Zekrom in the front, so okay. Oh yeah. I mean, probably he. Okay, let's just first go with Dowsing Machine. Really doesn't matter which two cards I'm gonna discard. I'm going to use. I can even use one Energy Switch, I guess. Yeah, I can even use Energy Switch. But the fact is that I can just, you know, well, let's just grab Super Rod. Recycle back those, finding energies, just to trick out my opponent a little bit here. And it's gonna be one Pokédex. And then I can just play my Ether, because the main strategy of the deck is to pull energies with the Ether and get energy acceleration. So yeah, right now I can just Lance Judgment, discard all energies and pull my last prize. I don't know why, but he actually misattached that Float Stone for the victory on his Rayquaza. So Definitely, I shouldn't win this game, but at the end I managed to win it. But still, I'm kind of confused that my opponent actually made a freaking huge mistake attaching the Float Stone on the Rayquaza instead of the Keldeo. For the Rushing, of course, for energy attachment to Dynamotor, and then just for the free retreat down to his Rayquaza, and for that Dragon Burst for the one-hit knockout against my Landorus-EX. But once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope this deck list actually helped you a little bit, just in case, if you're looking for something fresh for the Legacy, or if you're looking actually to play Legacy format, I highly recommend to try this deck. I mean, it's going to be good pretty much against everything except for probably that Blastoise, because it's weak. Landorus is weak on the water, and you simply cannot one-hit knock out your opponent. Keldeo-EX, and of course, that Virizion Genesis can be a huge problem, especially if you start with your Terrakions, and your opponent can simply just one-hit knock them out. But pretty much against everything else, this deck has a lot of potential, especially with the turn 1 Lens Judgment for 80+, just in case if you need that. So once again, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more future videos. If you have any questions, as always, don't forget to leave comments below. Till the next time, have a nice day, and goodbye.